Hello everybody and welcome to this massive Blu-ray update video. I have now decided for my home media collection Blu-ray updates, whether it be regular ones or the Criterion ones down there. That's where I usually store my Criterions. This is kind of like a update to my collection of what I have gotten specifically through Amazon Prime Day. In the end of June, there was a massive Prime Day that was going on, and with the exception of these stack of Blu-rays over here, the rest of them are all that I got from Amazon Prime. The rest of these ones right here, I ended up, of course, getting them at Best Buy and Target in my local area. But yeah, I'm now on, when it comes to these home media collections, I will be kind of doing more of an update, more than less of an unboxing. I did actually originally filmed an unboxing, but because of the amount of Blu-rays I have, I didn't have enough time to actually do all of them. And it kind of took me a while to start to try to do this video because there has been massive storms that's been occurring mainly throughout the East Coast and for a few days now. So now what I will be doing is I will go kind of individually through, not all of them, but kind of go which ones are kind of noticeable to what I got them through Amazon Prime and then the later ones. So in a specific order, I'll get this started and I'll show you which ones I got. So the first two ones here, you might have noticed, you're gonna ask me, Brian, these look like DVDs. They're not Blu-rays. Well, as you can tell, they are actually Blu-ray and DVD combos in a DVD pack. One of them is the OJ Made in America, the Oscar-winning film, the longest Oscar movie to win with over 8 hours. And as you can see, I have also gotten another Beauty and the Beast Blu-ray, which includes the DVD, which is the Diamond Edition. Now, the thing is, when I originally bought them, I thought when I was going to get the Blu-ray DVD combo here for OJ Made in America, I thought I was going to get the set that was released. Even Amazon Prime kind of showed it. But apparently it did not, and instead I got this, and I was a little bit skeptical when I got this, because I was like, uh-oh, did they mess up my order? But no, it is a Blu-ray and DVD combo. The Blu-rays are over here. This was, part of the original box set, but now they kind of smalled it up to a smaller one, and then the regular DVDs are in here. This was my number one on the Oscars documentary ranking of 2016. And then as for the Blu-ray of Beauty and the Beast, I got the Diamond Edition, both on DVD and Blu-ray. You can obviously tell it is Blu-ray. Now you might be wondering why I ended up getting this when I already have the Blu-ray of Beauty and the Beast, which is of course the Diamond Edition, the Signature Edition. Well, that's because of course a lot of the features in the Diamond Edition that they kind of promote through the Signature one, I heard you could only get that digitally, and yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, because if they brought all the features in the Diamond Edition into the Signature Edition, which I have, yeah, that would have been one of the best Disney Blu-rays, but they decided not to do that. But so that's why I ended up getting the Diamond Edition, even though the Signature Edition does have some other different features, but I'm kind of glad I ended up getting this. So yeah, even though they're kind of in DVD packs, but I'm kind of fine with what they are as of this result. Okay then, the next ones I actually have here are two different collection sets. I have gotten the Toy Story Trilogy set and the Shrek the Whole Story set. Now, starting this up with the Toy Story one, I was a bit skeptical when I got this originally because I didn't realize this is actually from the UK. Yes, yeah, this is the trilogy box set from the UK, and of course many people were going to be wondering, oh, it's not going to work, but I did test this out on my Blu-ray player that I use on my laptop, and it actually does work. So yeah, because I think one user, I think his name was Lego Lover 117, who said in his review, look in the Lilo and Stitch Blu-ray he got, and it's all Blu-rays are region free. Now, the reason why I ended up getting this Blu-ray box set instead of like the current ones that are in stores, because one thing is, if you know, a lot of recent releases of Pixar and older Disney Blu-rays, their covers suck. And that's why I ended up getting the old one when it was originally released with the trilogy. As you can see in the back here, you got the actual good covers here, and different source of cover for Toy Story 3, which is usually the UK cover. All the features are kind of still the same thing. You also get the features from the originals DVD for the first two. I hadn't explored much in the third one yet, so it is definitely kind of an upgrade to get. And the other one I have gotten is Shrek the Whole Story, and you also notice it has a little bit of some French in it, so I believe that this is actually a Canadian Blu-ray set. So it is not surprising, but like the Toy Story trilogy, I ended up, of course, getting this one instead of like the whole Shrek movie collection or even like the 20th anniversary set, because like the current releases of the Toy Story movies of the original trilogy, the covers of the Shrek movies suck. So that's why I ended up getting the older release of the whole story, even though it does have like, of course, some French in it, but it's still pretty cool that I still end up getting in this, and this is an awesome cover, and as well as the other four that's in it. Yeah, I am a person that was a fan of all four movies that I even do consider. That's funny. Cake with me. I didn't realize that in the back of the shirt. That I do consider like Shrek the Third and Shrek Forever After to be underrated. I don't know why many people don't like Shrek the Third. Shrek and Shrek 2 were definitely great. I wasn't a fan of the first Shrek, but when I was a little bit of a kid, but when I revisited this for the animated retrospective 2011, when I was talking about Puss in Boots, I really liked the first Shrek more than I did when I was younger. But Shrek 2 is still the best one of the series, but all four of these are definitely great. So yeah, two different Blu-ray sets, both from different countries, one from the UK and one from Canada, and that's kind of awesome. And kind of going the realms of Disney animation with Beauty and the Beast, here are 4 Disney animation Blu-rays I've gotten, and the top one that I was surprised it actually came with the slipcover, because a lot of the Blu-rays I got did not came with the slipcovers, but this one did. But well, first up, it is Zootopia, and I'm very glad to own the masterpiece. But it's just the cover sucks. I mean, I understand, like, I don't know why Disney would re-release their films on Blu-rays with these crappy covers like Pixar does with their older films. Like, at least with the Mulan one, it's the least bad because, of course, it's Mulan. So it makes sense. So the Mulan one I'm fine with. Zootopia and some of the others, no. And even I saw this at like a Target, I believe, and I didn't even want to get it because of the cover. And because the thing is, when I purchased this at Amazon Prime, it actually showed the old cover, but apparently they decided to give me the lazy cover. Even though it's awesome to own this, but the masterpiece, but hopefully, like, in someday when I go back to Books A Million, if somebody had decided to recycle their old Zootopia Blu-ray in the stock, because Books A Million kind of does that. They recycle Blu-rays and DVDs to other people who want them. And if somebody recycles the old Zootopia Blu-ray, or if I found the old Zootopia Blu-ray somewhere, like in Reddit or something like that, or Light Games, or like, I would take it over this and might trade it with that. Ugh. But here are 3 Disney Blu-rays that don't have crappy covers. We have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Happy 25th anniversary to this beloved classic. I end up also getting Tarzan, and I actually did get The Emperor's New Groove with the addition of Kronk's New Groove, because it's kind of like a special edition Blu-ray, because, yeah, I'm not really impressed with getting the sequels, like with Hunchback of Notre Dame 2 or Kronk's New Groove, because I haven't watched them, but I know they're not that great, not even Mulan 2, but at least it kind of owns them at least, and at least they have still the classic covers. I mean, unlike Zootopia, but, so yeah, that means I have gotten almost like 4 films from the Disney Renaissance on Blu-ray, with one of them getting both the Diamond and the Signature Edition. But Yeah, but it is awesome to own the other three, even though it's great to own Zootopia, but really, Amazon, couldn't you give me the old cover? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Yes, I ended up getting both the Mr. Rogers movies on Blu-ray, the 2018 documentary Won't You Be My Neighbor, which I did do a review on back in 2019, as well as the biopic film A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood starring Matthew Rhys and Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers. Of course, Hanks got his first Oscar nomination for since Castaway and his first for Best Supporting Actor. Definitely a great movie. Not one of the best of the year, but definitely a good one. This is definitely, of course, what many people considered one of the biggest snub of last year's Oscars for Best Documentary Feature. And I'm kind of glad I ended up getting both the Mr. Rogers movies on Blu-ray. I don't know which one I would go back to, but they're awesome to own physically, and I'm kind of glad to have these both. Nothing real much to say, but you can check out my review of this film on my channel, but definitely another great film right here. A good film, I meant, right here. Speaking of the Oscars, the next three sections, you would say, are kind of the categories of Oscar-nominated films. There is one year but with one other film, but right now we're looking at the 2018, 2017, and 2016 Oscar-nominated films that I have purchased. The first one I have purchased, this was the first one that came in the mail when I purchased it on Amazon Prime. First Man, Damien Chazelle's Neil Armstrong biopic starring Ryan Gosling, which won for visual effects. The Germany film Never Look Away, easily an amazing film. You can check out my review on this. This is such an amazing film, although it's not appropriate because I believe it is. Yeah, it's R-rated, so if you're over the age of 16, you can easily watch this. As you can see, foreign language film, now called Best International, and Cinematography. It should have won both of those. I mean, that was such a beautiful film. And then we have The Big Sick, of course, the Kumail Nanjiani biopic starring him and Zoe Kazan, who plays Kumail's wife, Emily V. Gordon. Another R-rated film. This is from Amazon Studios. Yeah, but it is interesting with Amazon Studios when they released this and one other film on Blu-ray. Just recently, of course, Sound of Metal, One Night in Miami, and Time, all three of those Oscar-nominated 2020 movies are going to be picked up by Criterion. So I am very curious if they are going to also re-release The Big Sick and Manchester by the Sea on Amazon. But right now it looks like Big Sick is from Lionsgate, so I don't know, but definitely a very great movie. It should have won for original screenplay. And then we come to the film that should have won Best Picture in 2016, although that's coming from a person who says Moonlight was overrated. La La Land. This one, what did I got? This is like a lot of Blu-ray exclusives. Now I know there's a lot of different covers for La La Land. I haven't explored this one yet, but easily the best Oscar movie of 2016, probably the best one. But the good thing is, I didn't watch all the picture nominees before the Oscar ceremony. I did that like 2 months after, I think. And if I was a massive if I saw all the picture nominees, I would have been pissed off. Like if it was, I would have been really pissed off because La La Land is easily the best one. Although I don't mind the Moonlight win, but this is coming from a person who says some of the picture winners could be overrated, but. Definitely Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone's performances, Damien Chazelle, definitely worthy for directing and Best Actress for Emma Stone. Definitely a phenomenal movie. And here is the other Amazon Studios film, Manchester by the Sea. And this actually came with its slipcover. I was pretty surprised about that. So this could be another film that could potentially be re-released in the Criterion Collection, but I'm kind of glad I actually got when it was originally came out, but I'm just so happy I got the slipcover here. Of course, one original screenplay and a controversial Best Actor win for Casey Affleck, not because of his performance, but because of Casey Affleck himself. And a lot of people think Denzel Washington should have won for Fences, which I actually have the Blu-ray, but I'm going to be honest, I think Casey Affleck did deserve the Oscar for this performance. If you take himself, like Casey Affleck, the person, out, and you look at his character in the movie, his performance in the movie, and it's definitely well great. Lucas Hedges is great as well. Michelle Williams really should have got a lot more screen time. I don't know why they really promoted her hard in the movie when she's not really much in the movie, so... Lucas Hedges is definitely more of the co-star. Kyle Chandler is also in a lot of the backstory scenes. But definitely a very heavy movie. Definitely worth it. And then the other one is the other Amy Adams film that came out 2016, other than Arrival, which I have, Nocturnal Animals, starring her and Jake Gyllenhaal. Definitely, Gyllenhaal gives a great performance. Michael Shannon should have won supporting actor. That was an amazing performance. Adams' performance was kind of the same average as her performance in Arrival, which was the weakest thing in the entire movie. But definitely a very interesting script with this mystery of Gyllenhaal's character, because he is actually an author and he wrote himself as a character in a book that Adams reads, and they're kind of a divorced couple. So it is interesting to see how this goes. This is from Tom Ford. Pretty intense movie, but I'm kind of glad I got all these movies in particular. Especially, I can't wait to look at some of these bonus features. I only looked at the bonus features in the first 2 Toy Story ones, but I haven't looked at every single bonus feature yet. I didn't even look at some of the other bonus features and some of the other Blu-rays I've got yet so far. But, what can you do? I would like to call this next section 2015. I actually have 5 Oscar-nominated 2015 movies plus 1 additional 2015 movie. We have gotten Ex Machina, which was probably the biggest upset of the night, winning visual effects. Great performances from Alicia Vikander and Oscar Isaac. Definitely a great script nomination, a worthy of an original screenplay nomination. Really should got a lot more contention if they didn't put Vikander in supporting for in her lead performance in The Danish Girl, although that performance was great as well. We got Carol. I am still kind of stunned this film missed Best Picture. Definitely one of the best LGBTQ plus films I've seen, with Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara. Blanchett's performance wasn't really a strong thing, but Mara's really stand out. Her performance, as well as the script, Todd Haynes' direction, but mainly the script and Mara's performance was really a well-done thing, and Mara is totally a lead with Blanchett in the movie. I don't know why they put Mara in supporting. And then you have The Hateful Eight from Quentin Tarantino. Insane film, I must say. A very interesting movie when I was watching this, and no one comes up here without damn good reason. That's basically this movie. I mean, this ensemble here, Jennifer Jason Leigh should have won supporting actress. Definitely should have been an original screenplay nomination. It is very interesting that this was a Tarantino film that was really overlooked a little bit during the Oscars, because it only got Jennifer Jason Leigh cinematography, and it won for original score, for Ennio Morricone's first competitive Oscar win. And then you have Shaun the Sheep, the movie. This needs no explanation. This was my number 1 of the 2015 animated films lineup. Room, definitely a well-crafted Best Picture nominated film. Well-directed from Lenny Abramson. A performance phenomenal from Jacob Tremblay and Joan Allen. Brie Larson, I honestly felt like that was one of the weakest things in the movie. Although she is good, but... Number 1, I felt like the performance was more supporting in the movie, and it didn't really stand out because Tremblay is more the MVP of the movie. No offense to Larson, but Tremblay did a much better job. And then the miscellaneous 2015 movie that's not an Oscar-nominated movie, the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. I haven't gotten to the first film. I wasn't really a fan of the first one, but this was great. I haven't seen Sponge on the Run yet on Paramount Plus. I don't know when I'll get into that, but definitely one of the best aspects of the dark years of SpongeBob, when the show was going really bad, and this was one of the lighter moments other than the Broadway musical that came out during the end of the decade before Stephen Hillenburg's passing. Although the series is now going into a different turn with its spin-offs that they're planning, even though Hillenburg did approve it, even though we all know Hillenburg did approve of the Camp Coral thing before his passing. So we all knew that was true, instead of all those lies that all the film cartoon community fans gave us to. But definitely a massive section of 2015 movies. I don't know how there's going to be enough room in my shelf with all the regular Blu-rays on. That means I might have to get another shelf soon. So anyway, one more section left, and that's basically all the ones I got from Amazon Prime. But now going into some ones I got at some physical stores. And now finally, we're going to go into some Blu-rays that I purchased at Best Buy and Target this past weekend. Not this weekend, and when I'm recording this, not during the 4th of July weekend, but the previous weekend. These are all Oscar-nominated movies from 2020, as you can tell. The first one I ended up getting was Christopher Nolan's Tenet at Best Buy. One for visual effects, nominated for production design. Performances were great, but yeah, Dunkirk, I still prefer watching that and maybe even following over this film because it is a little bit long. There are some questionable elements with the script, but definitely a worthy. Even the visuals did not stand out to me, but definitely, I really did enjoy the film. Next was News of the World from Paul Greengrass, which was nominated for original score, sound, some production design, and cinematography. Tom Hanks definitely is good. Helena Zengel, although she went supporting in this season, she's technically a lead because she's basically in equal amount of scenes. Even if she doesn't speak that much, she's really great in it. The script was pretty good from Paul Greengrass and Luke Davies. Directing wasn't a standout thing, but definitely a good Western film. And then we get into one of the best Oscar movies of 2020, Judas and the Black Messiah. Oh my gosh. This was my first film of the Best Picture nominees that I watched. Holy crap, this was amazing. I mean, the performances by Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield were amazing. The direction from Shaka Kane, also from Dominic Fishback's performance as well. The script. Yeah, I can see why this was a great picture nominee they went with. And it actually kind of connects with the Trial of the Chicago 7, because they kind of both take place around the same time. I want to address something with my thing about Judas here. The thing is, when I was watching the movie, now, at the Oscars, they nominated both supporting. In the season, Kaluuya went leading and Stanfield went... Kaluuya went supporting and Stanfield went leading, excuse me. But after watching the movie, I say both are lead. I consider both of them a lead because not also there's not much of a gap with Kaluuya in the film as Fred Hampton, but it's not... The story, it's not just about William O'Neill, but it's also about Fred Hampton as well. So, yeah, it should have won original screenplay. This did, of course, win supporting actor for Daniel Kaluuya, which definitely deserved, even though he's in the wrong category, from my perspective as well, Stanfield. And it did win original song for Fight For You, which gave her an Oscar at the age of 23. So, does that mean Billie Eilish wins next year? That could be eligibility issues, but we'll have to wait and see how we get close to the season. And then we have the second to last film I watched in the Best Picture Marathon before Nomadland is Promising Young Woman. Holy shit. I don't know what to say here because, I mean, I can't really go much into it because it is spoiler territory. Now, of course, this is an R-rated movie, but I can't really explain it. Mulligan should have won Best Actress. Emerald Fennell, although great she won an Oscar, but I would prefer her that she should have won for director instead of original screenplay. I can't really go into this film. I do like the purple lining, like, on the Blu-ray digital code. They even have it on the case as well. Definitely, like, Mulligan is so unrecognizable, I keep forgetting, because not just because she's an she's doing an American accent because she's British, but it's just like the costumes and the hairstyling she does throughout the movie. So I can't really go much into it, but if you've seen this movie, this is only an R-rated movie, so yeah, you cannot want people under 6, like some of the movies here, you cannot watch this, but I was really impressed with this movie. And then we have the two Pixar movies, although they could have gone with the Disney animation category, but I put them here, Onward and Soul. For me personally, I think Onward was the better Pixar movie, even though Soul was great as well. Personally, Wolf Walker should have won on the Oscar anyways, but I don't know why many people bash this film a little bit, either because of Chris Pratt being himself, the story too predictable, or because since this is from the director who did Monsters University. But I don't know why. It's not because of Soul. I think it's maybe because of those three elements. But I really did enjoy this film, even though Soul was great as well. I would prefer it a little bit over Inside Out, but I think Up is still Pete Docter's best one. And remember, these were the first two films of Pixar under the new management of Pete Docter after John Lasseter's departure. That's a similar thing with Disney Animation this year, with Raya and the Last Dragon and Encanto to start a new era for that company, and these two started a new era for Pixar with Pete Docter's management. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this massive Blu-ray update video. Not unboxings anymore. I've decided to kind of change that a bit. In this massive Prime date haul, plus some physical ones from Best Buy and Target. If you like this video, you can hit that subscribe button. And oh boy, I don't know when I'll start a full legit, an actual Blu-ray collection that is just showing you all of them, but that will come in the far time soon. But I think the next Blu-ray videos will be back on the Criterion Collection. It's been a little bit over a month since I did it because of the Oscar movie marathon I was doing, but I think this video would definitely be a big one. So to all my fellow Americans, happy 4th of July, and for the rest of the world, I hope you have a great day.